Sports are more than just scores. They are the moments that brings us together. The debates that never end. The stories that define seasons. At the Playmakerz Network, we bring friends closer together to the game, teams, and the moments they care about most. From the hardwood to the gridiron. From the wrestling ring to Rams football. Our show delivers analysts, opinions, interviews, and conversations that keep fans together year-round. Whether you're watching live, listen on your favorite podcast platform, or following us on social media, there is always a place for you in the PNZ community. The Playmakerz Network. Sports, community, conversation. Welcome to the network.
Maybe you from the 1970s, when the Los Angeles Rams was known as the Prison Foursome because of that defensive line. Or maybe you in the city of St. Louis, the gateway to the Midwest, where the greatest show on turf brought home the first ever Super Bowl championship. Or maybe you in the here and now, with the Rams back in LA, winners of Super Bowl 56. It doesn't matter, because when it comes to this, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams. Horns up, Rams house. Time to talk Rams football.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your latest edition of Ramily Talk here on this Thursday, August 27, 2026. Your host with the most, Darnell, the Playmaker Sallins here. And we got to continue our season preview as we have hit what we are deeming the spotlight stretch here. We'll get into that. We got a primetime game, a holiday game, and two divisional games in this stretch that we're going to review and talk about. Also, we're going to talk about what happened in game 2 of preseason against the Saints. A very impressive performance against the Saints, even though it's preseason. And we're going to also dive right into some other news from the Rams side. So, welcome to Ramily Talk as we begin our Ramily Rundown. And to begin our rundown, I got to take a moment to be thankful, a moment to be grateful, because Ramily Talk being in the top 26 of Los Angeles Rams podcasts from Feedspot in 2026 is an accomplishment that I truly appreciate. I've been building this show, this brand, led by this show for quite some time. This is season 7 of Ramily Talk, and knowing that people on the outside, especially out there on the West Coast, can look at a show that's produced on the East Coast and give it recognition. Yeah, I know how hard it is to be in this industry, to be in the media space, and to have people on the outside just appreciate what I'm doing with this show and Ramily Talk, how I talk about the Rams football. I am appreciative of that. I am thankful for that, and I am grateful for it. And I want to thank everybody for listening, for watching, commenting, sharing, whatever the case may be. Along these 7 seasons of Ramily Talk that I've been doing, I do not take none of this support for granted. I'm truly appreciative of all the support, and I look forward to continue to talk Rams football in the best manner that I can, and do it in the best way that helps you guys enjoy the show for more years to come. So thank you from the Playmaker. Thank you for having Ramily Talk be recognized amongst the top 26 Los Angeles Rams podcasts from Feedspot in 2026. All right. We got our thankful and celebration in. Let's get to Rams news here. Preseason game 2 against the New Orleans Saints, 34-0. I didn't know you can do shout-outs in preseason. I didn't think shout-outs was possible in preseason. News to me, and the Rams did it. Shut the Saints out 34-0. That defense was on one. But first, before I get to the defense, Stetson Bennett. You, sir, that's what we wanted to see from you, sir. albeit preseason. That's what we've been waiting on. 19 for 31, 181 passing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Not one, but 2 rushing touchdowns. Looked good out there, Stetson. Looked real good. Proud of you. With everything you've been through, it's nice that you got your head back into the game and you look good. You look ready for some game action. If anything was to happen, knock on wood, because our MVP, I would still love him to be the MVP. But Stetson, you did good. Ty Silver didn't have to come in and do much because we had a big lead. Like Ty Silver came in, it was 27-0. So it looked like Sean McVay and the rest of the offensive coaching staff didn't have Ty Silver do too much. Ty Silver looked good in week 1. Stetson Bennett looked good in week 2. But it's the defense, man. The defense pitched out a shutout against New Orleans Saints. 0 points allowed, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and a fumble recovery, and a touchdown. Before I get to the touchdown, Wesley Bailey. Ooh, boy. That man had, let me think, Spencer Rattler running for his life. That man was making plays left and right. Wesley Bailey, if you can find a way to fit in on that defensive front, boy, it's gonna be a pleasure having you, because we got Myles Garrett on one side, we got Brian Young on the other side, you got Brandon Fitz in the middle, you got Pernell Ford in the middle, you got Kirby Turner in the middle. We might be having a number 99 back there again, up there in the front four as well too. So, but Wesley Bailey, you did good, man. You did good. You should make an NFL roster. Hopefully it's with the Rams, but man, you should make an NFL roster. You is a beast. I would give you that. I'd give him that. But I got to talk about Mr. Alex Cook. As the Saints was marching down the field, they got all the way to about, I want to say about the 7-yard line, somewhere around there. 7-yard line. It was not at the 5 just yet, but it was close to the 5-yard line. So I'm going to say about the 7-yard line. Going in, Spencer Rattler threw the ball. Alex Cook jumped the route to the house. 100-yard pick 6, baby. So that was something to behold, man. The offense was great. Defense was tremendous, man. Offense was great. Defense was tremendous. Okay. And that's what, and man, you seeing guys making plays, trying to do what they can to make the roster. And that's what you want when you see these guys get the opportunity to do what they do. They want to make the roster. They want to do the things that they want to do. So preseason game number 2, swell job, fellas. Swell job. All right, y'all did y'all thing, and I'm proud of y'all. But preseason 3 will be tonight at SoFi Stadium, because it's the Battle of LA preseason style, when the Rams and the Chargers get together, with the Chargers being the home team, and then we'll do it again in the regular season that we talked about last week, when the Rams are the home team. So that's something to see. That'll be 10 p.m. here on the East Coast, 7 p.m. at the Pacific Coast on NFL Network, if you're looking to watch that game. But before we be done with the Ramily Rundown, one more news came up that I want to talk about. And those of you who are new to Ramily Talk, Stu Jackson is the guy that I look forward to when I look for Rams news. So this is what he posted at 8 a.m. this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Puka Nacua, number 7 on NFL's top 100 players of 2026. For the 3rd consecutive year, Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua has appeared on the NFL players top 100 list, as he checks in with his highest ranking yet, number 7. As voted by the players, Nacua landed at number 7 on the NFL's top 100 players of 2026. That's up 34 spots from last year, ranking at 41. Nacua was a unanimous Associated Press first team All-Pro selection in 2025, receiving 50 of 51st place votes after he led the league in receptions, 129, ranked 2nd in receiving yards at 1715, while scoring 11 touchdowns in 16 games. His 107.2 receiving yards per game led all receivers, and his 80 first downs tied for the NFL league. Nakua is the fourth round to appear on this year's list, joining wide receiver Devontae Adams at 53, outside linebacker Brian Young at 84, and running back Kyron Reynolds at 89. You know what that tells me? There's one more spot left. So that means our MVP, the NFL MVP, Matthew Stafford, will be on this list somewhere. I would say two, but can we really take credit for Myles Garrett and what he did for Cleveland last year? That'd be disheartening to Cleveland. So we'll have whatever spot Myles Garrett landed at, that's for Cleveland. Cleveland can celebrate that. But Matthew Stafford is in the top 6. Will he be 1 or 2? It'll be interesting if Myles Garrett and Matthew Stafford come out 1 or 2. That'd be very interesting, though. And all of a sudden, both of them on the same team. That'd be very quite interesting. Now that I think about it. But shout out to Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Brian Young, and Kyron Reynolds for making the NFL's top 100 list. We waiting for Matthew Stafford's name to come up. He will be in the top 6 somewhere. We just got to figure out where. So that is good news. That's good to know. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been the rundown. So now the question is, do I want to take a break here? Nah, I don't. Actually, I do. We'll be back. Success starts with the right setup. Whether you're working, creating, gaming, or building your next big idea, Odin Lakes helps you create a workspace designed for comfort and productivity. From ergonomic chairs to modern office solutions, Odin Lake is built for the grind. Work smarter, create better. Discover Odin Lake today through the Playmakerz Network.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition,
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
No matter what you are watching, one thing stays the same. You gotta represent your team the right way. Whether it's jerseys, hats, or hoodies, what you wear is part of the experience. If you're looking to upgrade your gear or getting ready for the next game, we got you covered. Hit the link in the description and shop officials licensed gear through Fanatics. Every team, every league, every fan. Don't just watch the game, represent it. At the Playmakerz Network, sports are more than games. They're a community. From basketball and college football to professional wrestling and Rams football, our shows keep fans informed, entertained, and connected. Watch live, listen on your favorite podcast platform, and join the conversation. The Playmakerz Network. Sports, community, conversation.
Oh, There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that technical difficulties here, but this stretch right here, weeks 10 through 14, because we have a bye week in week 11. A bye week in week 11, ladies and gentlemen. That is the spotlight stretch. We have a holiday game in this stretch. We have a Thursday night game in this stretch. And obviously, those who are Ram fans that you see, we have 2 divisional games in this stretch right here of 4 games. Beginning with the first divisional game, it'll be round 2 with the Rams going against the Arizona Cardinals. This one will be in Glendale, Arizona. The Rams have a knack for giving one game away, at least. So I had to think long or hard about this, but those of you who didn't catch the first time we previewed the first matchup with the Arizona Cardinals, quick to you right quick, Kyler Murray is no longer there. It is Jacoby Myers' team now, and Jacoby Myers had almost a 65 completion percentage last year, throwing for over 3,300 yards in that season, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Trey McBride was the lead dog in the receiving corps, 126 catches, over 1,200 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns. You can see if Marvin Harrison Jr. will have a bounce back year. He only had 41 receptions for 608 yards and 4 touchdowns last year, a down year for Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. They have a new coach in Mike LaFleur, who is a former offensive coordinator with us. They bring in defensive lineman LJ Quire, running back Tyler Algier, wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, safety Andrew Wingle, and wide receiver Devin Duvernay. They did draft running back Jeremiah Love with the 3rd overall pick from Notre Dame. In the 3rd round, they select quarterback Carson Beck from Miami. We ain't gonna go through all these season statistics and what happened and all that, because we did that when we played them and we were won the matchup for week 6. This is week 10. This is like 4 weeks later. I had the Rams winning the first meeting at home. I had them winning the second meeting. We beat the Cardinals. We sweep the Arizona Cardinals. This one would be a little more difficult. Glendale, Arizona. Cardinals want to prove that they are no slouch in the NFC West, probably around this time. So it's going to be a little difficult for the Rams to win that game, but I do believe they'll win that game. And they'll sweep the Arizona Cardinals. They'll put them at 8-2 on the year through 10 weeks. And then after that, it's a bye week. We have no game in week 11, so we take the week off, get ourselves prepared, because Thanksgiving Eve, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, they decided to put the Rams and the Packers on Netflix. You already had Thanksgiving. Why you got to give us a Thanksgiving Eve game in it? And it had to be us out of all teams. Why does it have to be us? And Green Bay is known for playing on Thanksgiving, so they get to play a day early. Even though you still got the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys on your Thanksgiving slate. There's another game on that slate too. I forgot, but I don't feel like. But Green Bay and Los Angeles Thanksgiving Eve that Wednesday on Netflix in Week 12. Very interesting game to have at that moment in time, but this is what the NFL does, and this is what they want to do. So as we go through this, here's what the Green Bay Packers have done. They was 9-7. Last year, they finished second in the NFC North. They were defeated by the Chicago Bears in their wild card round. A thrilling game, a game where Caleb Love was not going to be denied until he faced off with the Rams, and that was a different story. All right. Quarterback Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers, 66.3 completion percentage, 3,381 passing yards with 23 passing touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He also ran the ball just under 200 for under 200 yards. The main running back, however, is Josh Jacobs. 234 carries last year, just under 1,000 rushing yards with 13 touchdowns. He could be suspended for quite some time as they are going through what he went through in the domestic violence situation with his former girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever the case may be. Romeo Dobbs. Lead wide receiver, 55 catches, 724 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. Christian Watson, who was in and out of the lineup, 35 catches, 611 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft, 32 receptions, 489 yards, and 6 touchdowns. All three of these guys had 6 touchdowns apiece. So 23 touchdown passes from Jordan Love, 18 of them came to these 3 guys. I think you get the idea when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. Dobbs, Watson, Kraft. It's going to be interesting. Key additions. DC Jonathan Gannon, who was the former head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. He is now the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. They bring in wide receiver Sky Moore, defensive lineman Javon Hargraves, and quarterback Tyrod Taylor to back up Jordan Love. Key departures for the Green Bay Packers. Quarterback Nate Hobbs, quarterback Desmond Redman, and kicker Brandon McManus. All your key departures. Season statistics last year for the Green Bay Packers. They were 16th in scoring at 23 points a game. 17th in passing, 212.8 passing yards per game. 15th in rushing at 119.8 rushing yards per game. And total yards, they was 15 in total yards at 332.6 total yards per game. On the defensive side, 11 in scoring, giving up 21.2 points per game, and 12th in total defense, allowing 311.8 yards per game. The last time we faced off with the Green Bay Packers, it was in week 6 of 2024 in Los Angeles, and the Green Bay Packers won 24-19. Now we had this thing with the San Francisco 49ers that we couldn't beat to save our life until the NFC Championship game, which heavily led us to win Super Bowl 56. All right. We had this thing with the Eagles, who's been owning us for quite some time in this new era. The other team that's been doing that's been the Green Bay Packers. Even when Aaron Rodgers was there, he was kicking our butts. So, some reason we have not been able to beat the Green Bay Packers. This is Thanksgiving Eve on Netflix, the day before Thanksgiving. Damn it, y'all better win this damn game, because I do not want to wake up the next day being pissed off for Thanksgiving. Allow me to speak for Rams Nation. Allow me to speak for y'all. Us in the Rams Nation, the Ramily, we do not want to be pissed off for Thanksgiving because y'all lost to the Green Bay Packers at home. So y'all better win this goddamn game. Win this goddamn game so that we can enjoy Thanksgiving the following day. And probably laugh at the Dallas Cowboys or the Detroit Lions or whoever playing on Thanksgiving. Because we won and everybody else is losing. But y'all better win to kick off our Thanksgiving festivities. Y'all better win this game. Y'all better win this game. And with that, we're going to go to a break here before I say some words I shouldn't be saying. But yes, we got ourselves a dub against the Cardinals. We got ourselves a dub against the Packers after our week 11 bye week. We're sitting pretty good at 9-2 right now with the Chiefs and the 49ers to come. Sometimes it's not even about the jerseys. It's the hat that sets it off. Snapbacks, fitties, truckers, whatever your style is, that's how you rep your team every day. If you're looking to upgrade your collection or find your next go-to cap, we got you covered. Hit the link in the description and shop the latest styles right now through Liz. Every team, every style, every day. Top off your fit the right way.
The Big Ten.
You can say you're not impressed. You can say you're not happy. You can say all these things, but no, whatever the case may be, the Buckeyes are on top of the football world. And it's just where it is.
The SEC.
But I blame one person for this.
One person. What one person are you going to be blaming? Good. I don't give a crap. Big 12.
That team right there, that is ranked 15, that put up 45 points.
Yes, sir.
They were picked dead last at the beginning of the season.
The ACC. Quote, feeling the blues in Death Valley, close quote. Duke ends a 45-year drought in Clemson. You are coaching a team, son. Get with the program and worry about your program.
The CLP rankings, do away with that.
Right.
Do away with it.
Bring down the gridiron on the Playmakerz Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
Your best work starts with the right environment. Whether you're working from home, managing a business, creating content, study for class, or gaming with friends, the right setup can make all the difference. From premium office chairs to modern desks and workspace essentials, Odin Lake helps you create a setup that works as hard as you do. Work smarter, stay comfortable, perform at your best. Discover Odin Lake today through the Playmaker Network.
This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
And welcome back to Ramily Talk here on this Thursday, August 27, 2026. As we continue our spotlight stretch of this episode here, we got 2 dubs against the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals, or Cardinals first, then the Green Bay Packers off our Week 11 bye. Now we are moving on to Week 13. And in Week 13, it is a Thursday night game when Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs come crawling to SoFi Stadium. Matter of fact, I think this is the first time they get to play in SoFi Stadium against the Rams, even though they played in SoFi Stadium against the Chargers. But I think this is the first time they ever meet the Rams in SoFi Stadium. Because the last time we met, it was at the Memorial Coliseum, and that's one of the best Monday night games I have ever seen. But speaking of which, let's dive into the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, who is coming back from that torn ACL injury that he suffered last year, as the Chiefs finished 6-11 in the AFC West, finishing third in that division. Patrick Mahomes, 62.7 completion percentage last year, over almost 3,600 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He also ran for 422 yards and a touchdown in 14 games. Kareem Hunt, 163 carries, 611 yards with 8 touchdowns. Isaiah Pacheco was also helping out in the backfield at that moment in time. 118 carries, 462 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns. Travis Kelce was the lead man in the receiving corps with 76 catches, 851 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. We also had Hollywood Brown chipping in with 587 receiving yards with 5 touchdowns. And Rashid Rice gave you 571 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. So pretty simple, like the Green Bay Packers receiving core. Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown, and Rashid Rice all had 5 receiving touchdowns. That's 15 touchdowns right there. However, I do believe Isaiah Pacheco is no longer with them. I believe he left there. I had to go back and do my research and figure that out. But key additions here. Running back Kenneth Walker III. If that name sounds familiar, Rams next, because that is the Super Bowl MVP last year, who went to the Kansas City Chiefs. So he's no longer with the Seahawks. He is with the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce re-signed with the Chiefs. Cornerback Ken Elam has signed with the Chiefs. Safety L'Jarius Sneed. They drafted cornerback Masoon Delin from LSU. And they also drafted defensive tackle Peter Woods with the 24th pick from the Clemson Tigers. The partials, offensive tackle Jawan Taylor, cornerback Trent McDuffie, if you already know, you know, he's with the Rams. And fellow cornerback Jalen Watson, if you know, you know, he's with the Rams. Here's were the Chiefs statistics last year in a down season. 21st in scoring at 21.3 points per game. They were 16 in passing yards at 214.1 passing yards per game. 25th in rushing, 106.6 rushing yards per game. And 20th in total yards at 320.6 yards per game. Defensive-wise, much better. They were 6th in scoring. They only allowed 19.3 points per game. They was 10th in scoring defense, only allowing 301.5 yards per game. The last time we met the Kansas City Chiefs was in 2022 in Kansas City when the Rams won 26-10 in Chiefs Kingdom. That was one of our good wins that we had that year because that year was terrible. But one of the good wins we had was going to Kansas City and winning that game. I believe Patrick Mahomes missed that game too. By the way, I remember. I think Patrick Mahomes missed that game. I think he was dealing with an injury or something. But, however, 4 years later, we meet again at SoFi Stadium after we beat Green Bay for Thanksgiving. We host the Kansas City Chiefs on a Thursday night, and I think we lose this game. I think this one's an L. I mean, come on, man. We can't win every game. I got us sitting at, 9-2, so this would be 9-3 after week 13. I mean, I'll put it to you like this. I was beating Green Bay and we lose to Kansas City. You can easily flip it. We lose to Green Bay and Thanksgiving is pretty much ruined for Rams Nation. And we come back Thursday and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see us winning both games. We got to lose somewhere, okay? I had us beating the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Commanders, the Cardinals, and the Packers. It's like a 7-game winning streak. And I forgot we going to beat the Bills in week 5. I forgot about that. So you got Bills week 5, Cardinals week 6, Raiders week 7, Chargers week 8, Commanders week 9, Cardinals week 10, Green Bay week 12. That's 7 straight games that I got us winning. We're going to lose at some point. So we're going to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll win 7 straight. We'll lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll sit there at 9-3. Okay. 9-3, and then we go into week 14, which is the second matchup with the San Francisco 49ers. Just a quick synopsis if you want to catch the first one. They finished third in the NFC West last year. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card round. They lost to the Seahawks in the divisional round. Brock Purdy almost has 70% completion percentage. Just over 2,100 passing yards between touchdown 10 interceptions in 9 games he has played. Matt Jones filled in averagely for him in 11 games. He almost completed 70% of his passes for over 2,100 yards with 13 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Christian McCaffrey had a load on him. 311 carries last year. That's a lot of carries. Over 1,200 yards rushing with 10 touchdowns. He also caught 102 receptions for just under 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. So Christian McCaffrey last year touched the ball 413 times, accounting for over 2,100 yards, total yards, and 17 total touchdowns. That's a big workload for Christian McCaffrey. Jawan Jennings, 55 catches, 643 receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns. George Kittle, who was also dealing with injuries that last year, 57 catches, 628 receiving yards, and 7 touchdowns. So some of the key additions out of the 49ers side, wide receiver Mike Evans, who's dealing with injury, by the way. Wide receiver Christian Kirk, who's dealing with injury, by the way. Cornerback Nate Hobbs, linebacker Dre Greenlaw returns. They re-signed tight end Jake Tons, defensive tackle Sam Akanua, and of course, they re-signed offensive tackle Trent Williams. Eddie Pernero got a 4-year extension. Key departures, wide receiver Jerome Jennings, wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, Brian Robinson Jr., defensive end Bryce Huff, who retired. Linebacker Eric Kendricks, D. Withers was traded to the Cowboys. season statistics for the 49ers, 10th in scoring, 5th in passing, 24th in rushing, 7th in total yards. On the defensive side, 13th in scoring, and 20th in total defense. You see, last year we split it with them. The 49ers, they won the LA. We won the Santa Clara. So home field advantage didn't mean they got third thing last year. Well, we're going to meet them opening week, and I had them winning. I have us beating the 49ers in Australia, because what's the point of going to Australia and having all this fanfare in Australia just to go over there and get beat? So we're going to beat them in Australia. And then we come back in week 14, we meet them again, and I see us losing this one. So that'll be back-to-back losses for the Los Angeles Rams. It's been a minute since we lost back-to-back games because I have us losing week 3 at the Broncos and week 4 at the Eagles. And then we won 7 straight. And then we got back-to-back losses. So we're sitting at 9-4 through 14 weeks. 9-4 in 14 weeks. Is that really a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen? 9-4 through 14 weeks. Is that really a bad thing? Yes, I know we got to deal with the Detroit Lions of the world, the Eagles of the world, so to speak, the Seattle Seahawks of the world, who we haven't even met yet. In this preview, we haven't seen a Seahawks logo yet. Foreshadowing. You know, you got to deal with the Cowboys. They can never go away. Who knows who's going to come out of the NFC South? Who cares? And the Bears look good. The Packers is always up there. We're going to see if the Vikings want to join the group and try to make all 4 teams from the north of it to make the playoffs. We got 3. We can't depend on the Cardinals, so it is what it is in that regard. But come on, man. It's my prediction. I'm just giving you my honest opinions of how these games are going to go, okay? We lose at Denver. We lose at Philly. We lose to the Chiefs at home on Thursday night. We lose at San Francisco. 3 losses on the road, 1 at home. Can't be mad at it. But we're going to win 9 games, though. We sitting at 9-4. Now, where we at in the divisional race? Probably at the top. Where we at in the NFC race? Maybe 2 or 3 at the point in time, depending on how the Detroit, Green Bay, Seattle, and Philly look in their respective seasons and divisions. So, hey, 9-4 is not bad, all right? 9-4 is definitely not bad. And guess what? I don't see us winning every game. I just don't. I don't see us winning every game. I can see us losing games, all right? So, through 14 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, I have the Rams sitting at 9-4. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you think. If you disagree, do you agree? Well, then if I'm missing something, let me know. But we at 9-4 through 14 weeks, which sets up the final stretch of the season preview next week with the Rams, when we do see the Seahawks twice and the Cowboys. And I do believe in NFC South team along the way as well. So that's next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Yes, again, thank you to everybody for your support as the Ramily Talk is on the top 26 of Los Angeles Rams podcast, according to Feedspot for 2026. So I greatly appreciate you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This has been another edition of Ramily Talk. Horns up, Rams Nation, East Coast Station. Horns up every week. This has been Ramily Talk. Deuces.